On the pirate island, Hachinosu, several pirates shout that Koby has escaped prison and is now running free. Many of them are thrilled by this revelation, saying that Commodore Teach has no claim on Koby now, and anyone can claim his bounty. They wonder how much they will get for killing him. One of them tells the others that the Cross Guild is paying for it. He even has his collection ticket right there. The reward is huge. Another pirate asks him how much they get for his head. He tells them that Koby has a 5-star bounty. Each star is worth a treasure chest, so he's worth about 500 million berries. An average Navy captain is only worth 1 star. Scene cuts to the center of the island. Suddenly, the skull-shaped rock starts speaking, saying that it is sensing a disturbance on the left side of its chest, where they keep their slaves, and realizes that all the slaves are trying to flee. Some bloodthirsty pirates ask the skull-shaped rock, calling it Pizarro, if this means they can go after all of them. Pizarro retorts, asking if they are insane and telling them to stop being so bloodthirsty, since they need them alive, including Koby. Pizarro tells them to follow his command, or else he'll report them to Teach. Slaves trying to escape wonder if that voice is coming from the rock face. Koby, leading the slaves, realizes that his and the other slaves' positions have been revealed. To protect everyone, he offers himself up as a decoy to keep the heat off the others. The slaves thank Captain Koby, saying they wouldn't have made it this far without him. One of them even calls him a saint. Pizarro tells the pirates not to lose track of Koby and instructs them to hunt him down. Shiryu of the Rain, an invisible man who ate the clear fruit. Corrupt King, Avalo Pizarro, an island man who ate the island fruit. Shiryu tells Pizarro that he could just catch Koby himself, but Pizarro refuses, mentioning that Blackbeard gets upset with him for causing too much damage. Vasco Shot then asks if he can handle the situation instead. Pizarro asks Vasco what he has in mind. Vasco Shot, a booze man who ate the glug fruit. Vasco's idea is to set the town on fire, so the slaves have nowhere to run. But Pizarro scolds him, saying that while the plan is perfect, all that fire damage would upset Blackbeard, especially since they just finished repairing the damage from the Rocky Port incident. Vasco says that he would at least do a better job of it than San Juan Wolf. The colossal battleship San Juan Wolf, a giant who ate the big fruit and became a gigantification man. Pizarro comments that that goes without saying. Meanwhile, Koby's plan works, and he starts being chased by pirates, though he realizes that escaping on foot will be impossible. But he thinks at least he'll be able to buy enough time for the others to set sail. As Koby continues to be chased, he remembers how Perona was the one who freed him in return for his help freeing Gecko Moria, who was also imprisoned in one of the deeper cells. Koby comments that he may have teamed up with a pirate, but that doesn't change his duty. He then hears an explosion and learns that Marines are on the island, though he humbly believes they did not come just for him. He questions himself, "Gosh, what am I thinking?" He doubts that anyone would come to rescue him, realizing that he's been acting as if the world revolves around him. He resolves to regain control of his thoughts before he embarrasses himself further. The attacking Marines prove to be very strong. The pirates wonder why the Marines are trying to push them back to the town center. They are unable to stop them. Even their guns aren't working on them. One of the Marines gets his head chopped off, revealing that he is made of clay. The pirates wonder if he's a Logia user. Suddenly, some of the buildings start moving, surprising the pirates. One pirate wonders if a building actually moved, but another playfully suggests that he's had too much to drink. Then several pirates see a woman whipping a building while telling it to be a good boy and move its ass. She even tells the building not to talk back and to wipe that dirty look off its face. The pirates are amazed, their eyes wide with surprise. One of them asks what's happening, wondering why the woman seems to be scolding the building with a whip. Navy HQ Rear Admiral Kujaku, also a member of the Sword. She's a tamer woman who ate the whip fruit and is the granddaughter of the great staff officer, Tsuru. Kujaku asks the pirates why they're staring at her, and they shout back, surprised that she's a Marine. Kujaku responds, asking if it's unusual to see Marines around there. She then compliments them, saying they're both cute, and invites them to come closer, suggesting she'd be happy to break them in. As Koby finds himself cornered by the pirates, one of them shouts that they've got him trapped. Another pirate orders everyone to prepare to shoot him with bullets. Feeling trapped, Koby thinks to himself that this might be the end for him. However, when the pirates attempt to shoot him, their gunpowder explodes into flowers instead. One pirate remarks on how beautiful they are, but then questions why the guns are producing flowers. Another pirate speculates that these must be GP flowers and demands to know who is responsible for this unexpected turn of events. Suddenly, Koby notices someone on a rooftop and asks if it's Hibari. The person confirms it's them and urges Koby to come over. Hibari is a Navy HQ commander and a member of SWORD. She clarifies that she's not there to help him, but was simply out for lunch and ended up in the area. She used flower rounds to disable the pirates' guns temporarily. Navy HQ Rear Admiral and SWORD member Prince Grus is a clay man who ate the gunyo gunyo fruit, granting him the ability to manipulate clay. When asked about his status, Grus reports that everything is all set and confirms that Koby is safe. In return, he asks about the situation on their end, and they respond that everything is going well. By this point, several pirates find themselves trapped by the buildings Kujaku forced to move and surround them. One pirate exclaims in confusion, wondering why the town center suddenly looks different, and speculates if the buildings moved. Grus directs his allies to aim for the middle, while Tashigi announces that preparations are complete. Himepo instructs everyone to hang on tight, and Garp, with a cackle, punches the air behind the ship, launching it high into the air. All the pirates on the island, including Koby, are shocked as they see a flying battleship. One pirate exclaims in disbelief, questioning if it's a Navy battleship flying up there, and if someone is standing on it. They quickly realize there's no time for questions and decide to flee, feeling trapped with too many of them packed in one place. As the ship gets closer, the pirates notice with astonishment, recognizing the legendary hero, Vice Admiral Garp. They can't believe it, wondering if he's retired, but then they're sure it's him. Panicked, they realize that nowhere on the island is safe and they need to set sail, feeling hopeless because they're stuck in the center with no way out. Garp jumps off the ship, his fist covered in Conqueror's haki, and yells at the pirates, warning them they should have thought twice before kidnapping Koby, who he describes as the future of the Marines. Koby is surprised and wonders why Garp would go to such lengths for him, while the pirates look on in shock. Garp emphasizes that Koby is also his irreplaceable protege. With determination, Garp attacks from the air, using a powerful move called Galaxy Impact, and completely decimating the pirates. The explosion caused by Garp's powerful attack is so immense that it can be seen from far away. The sheer force of the blast sends pirates flying in all directions. Pirates shout in panic as Garp's ship appears to be crashing down on them. Garp lands on the island with Prince Grus using his devil fruit powers to soften the ship's fall. Helmeppo, Tashigi, and the rest of the Marines cling to the ship as it lands. The pirates, angry and defiant, tell Garp they'll never forgive him and call him an old fossil. Garp sternly addresses the pirates, warning them that if they even blink, they'll end up in a world of pain. He then expresses disappointment and frustration, saying he's really lost his touch. This surprises the pirates, who can't believe the destruction wasn't enough for him. Garp notices Koby and Hibari running towards him, and comments that Koby doesn't look too bad. Helmeppo, crying tears of joy, and scolds Koby, saying he's glad Koby wasn't murdered. As Kujaku and Grus observe the reunion, Kujaku remarks that Garp is a naughty boy for running wild like that. Grus comments that he can't believe Garp called Koby the future of the Marines, and expresses his determination not to let Koby get ahead. Kujaku tells Grus that he can say whatever he wants behind their backs, but he can't deny that Garp and Koby's bond is wholesome and cute. Koby is surprised to see that even non-SWORD members like Tashigi came to rescue him. Hibari informs Garp that Koby isn't safe yet, as the shackle on him could kill him if he keeps running. Suddenly, Hibari gets frozen solid, shocking Koby and Kujaku. Koby pleads with Kuzan, asking what he is doing and to hurry and unfreeze Hibari. The pirates cheer for Kuzan, chanting for their captain Kuzan to show his power. Kuzan responds that it would look bad if Koby escapes while Teach is away. Garp orders Kuzan to unfreeze Hibari, let them take Koby, and get back in uniform. Kuzan, now the 10th captain of the Blackbeard pirates, comments that Garp is as direct as ever and admits he has always loved that about him. However, he declares that he won't do any of those things because he has decided to live life on his own terms. Kuzan uses his ice ball attack to freeze Garp and challenges him by saying, "Your number one protege versus your new favorite. Can you kill one to save the other?" The ice begins to crack, and Garp tells Kuzan he can't stop him like that, calling him a dumbass. He thought he taught Kuzan to live in the now. The pirates look on with surprise as Kuzan's ice doesn't work on Garp, who remains unfazed by the attack. Garp breaks free from the ice, swiftly dashes towards Kuzan, and reminds him that only weaklings lose their way. He grabs Kuzan by the face and slams him through the ground with a powerful move called Blue Hole. The scene shifts to a ship scrapyard at Navy Branch G1. Brand New is showing Django and Fullbody the ruins of two huge battleships. Django, puzzled, asks if Battleship Bags are like punching bags. Fullbody adds that it does look like the armored hulls have been caved in with punches, and asks who did this. Brand New explains that it was Vice Admiral Garp. Since his youth, he has made punching these battleships a part of his daily routine. Django, in surprise, asks if Garp is still doing it. Fullbody inquires about the second battleship. Brand New tells them that the second one is Aokiji's handiwork. The former admiral was Garp's protege. The rules for training on the Battleship Bags were that no Haki or Devil Fruit abilities were allowed. This demonstrates that no one is born a hero. It's a strength you have to earn. The scene shifts back to Hachinosu. San Juan Wolf is thrown into the ocean. Pirates shout in fear and amazement, saying that Garp sent San Juan Wolf flying and remarking how scary Garp is. They scramble to figure out how to pull San Juan Wolf up before he drowns. Vasco Shot, drinking booze, comments on Garp being the legendary hero, and then spits fire at Garp using an attack called Heavy Drinker, Hearthfire. Garp picks up the beaten bodies of the Blackbeard pirates and uses them as a shield against the flames. He then spins around and throws the burning bodies around, setting the town on fire. Garp calls this technique Pirate Jack-o'-lantern. Pizarro, in pain, shouts for Garp to stop, accusing him of trying to destroy Pirate Island. The shocked pirates exclaim that if the town burns down, Captain Teach will kill them. They are astonished that Garp, despite being totally outnumbered, isn't even flinching, calling him a terrifying geezer. Garp's ship, carrying members of Sword and rescued prisoners, is already off the coast. Kujaku contacts Vice Admiral Garp and informs him that all the wounded and rescued slaves are on board their ship. She tells him they are ready to set sail and that he can leave whenever he's ready. On the ship, Tashigi is attending to Hibari, who is thawing out. She instructs the crew to thaw the frozen people out slowly. The prisoners, concerned, ask if Captain Koby is okay. Meanwhile, on the island, only Garp, Koby, and Groose are left fighting the entire island by themselves. Garp tells the others that they're done here and calls out to Koby, Groose, and Helmeppo, saying it's time to go. He remarks that Hachinosu lives up to its reputation and that there's no end to all these pirates. Kuzan gets back up after Garp's blue hole attack. He tells Garp that, as he said before, he can't just let him leave. Helmeppo comments that he should have gone with the others, fearing that they're doomed. Groose asks Garp if he is also the future of the Marines. But Garp doesn't hear it, and instead asks Kuzan if he still wants to fight. Koby adds that they can't underestimate the Titanic captains. Garp instructs his apprentice to listen up and tells the three of them to head straight to the coast, ensuring their safety. He emphasizes that they shouldn't die here. They agree and prepare to leave. Suddenly, Koby spots a woman being attacked by a pirate. Concerned, he exclaims that they still have a hostage and rushes to help, feeling they almost left her behind. But Groose quickly warns Koby that it's a trap. Koby realizes he's been tricked when he discovers that the woman is actually a pirate. As Koby processes the situation, Garp moves forward. Shiryu, in his invisible form, appears and is about to stab Koby. However, Garp intervenes, blocking the blade, but unfortunately, he gets stabbed in the process. Koby is in disbelief at what just happened. Garp grabs Shiryu and throws him to the ground. Garp recognizes Shiryu as that punk from Impel Down. Koby is confused as Shiryu was invisible. The pirates cheer for Shiryu, praising him for stabbing Iron Garp and weakening him. Groose and Helmeppo are worried about Garp, but he reassures them that it's nothing and tells them to go to the ship. Koby panics, blaming himself for Garp's injury, but Garp dismisses it, saying he was in Shiryu's sights the whole time. The pirates rush forward, seeing Garp as vulnerable and believing they can take him out now. They see killing him as an instant ticket to wealth and glory, noting his 3-crown bounty, the same as an admiral, which amounts to around 3 billion berries. Kuzan rushes forward. warning his subordinates to get out of the way, as they wouldn't stand a chance against Garp, even if they bound both his arms and legs. As he prepares his attack, a small flash occurs, triggering a flashback. In the flashback, a young Kuzan asks Garp to be his disciple, but Garp initially refused, preferring his freedom and directing Kuzan to learn from the Navy's instructors. Kuzan insisted, stating that he was ready for the next level, and asking Garp to make him his disciple. Garp angrily told him to get lost, but eventually started training Kuzan, reminding him not to use haki during their training sessions. As Kuzan tried to imitate Garp, he replied that he couldn't use it even if he wanted to. Over time, Garp and Kuzan grew closer, with Garp even sharing personal information about his family, mentioning his son's involvement with the Revolutionary Army, referring to Dragon. Kuzan's training progressed, and he eventually improved to the point where the sound of his punch matched Garp's. Garp yelled at Kuzan about his grandson wanting to become a pirate, expressing his frustration with the situation. When Kuzan asked why he was telling him, after some time, Garp suggested they go get something to eat, but Kuzan refused, reminding him that he was an admiral now. Garp then suggested they have some tea instead. Back in the present, Kuzan tells Garp that he has a habit of raising enemies. Garp replies that they're through, referring to Kuzan as his boneheaded pupil. They both punch each other's faces with haki, creating a massive explosion that throws them both away. Pizarro yells that they're not getting away and warns them that they're on Hachinosu, indicating they shouldn't have provoked the pirate hive if they didn't want to face consequences. He warns them not to underestimate his island fruit and suggests their friends may not be safe just because they set sail. Hibari wakes up and immediately asks about Koby, feeling sorry for getting in the way. Kujaku reassures her that he'll be right behind them and expresses relief that she's safe. Suddenly, the Marines notice something in the sky. Pizarro exclaims in frustration, noting that all the headlines seem to focus on Blackbeard, and he believes it's time for his crew to grab the spotlight. He predicts that the next day's headlines will report Vice Admiral Garp and his team's failure to rescue Captain Koby. Pizarro, the fourth captain of the Blackbeard pirates, boasts about using his new power to crush their plan as he summons two massive arms from the island with his abilities, poised to attack Garp's ship. Koby panics and pleads with Pizarro not to do it, as there are innocent civilians on board the ship. Meanwhile, Garp, lying on the ground after his clash with Kuzan, tells Koby not to lose his head and assures him that justice will prevail. Marines exclaim in panic as a massive hand emerges from the island. Their cannon fire proves ineffective, failing to make even a scratch. Realizing it's no use, they declare they can't stop it. Toshigi orders everyone to prepare to abandon ship, telling them to hurry and get everyone above deck to protect the civilians. Kujaku, witnessing the power of the hand, exclaims in shock. Meanwhile, on the island, Koby panics, worrying that hundreds of Marines and civilians will die if the hand reaches the ship. He asks Vice Admiral Garp what they should do. Garp reassures them, telling them not to worry and that they've got this. He instructs them to get ready, promising to give them an opening. He then gives specific orders to each of them. Captain Koby is to target the island monster's hand and smash it to bits. Koby, shocked and overwhelmed, exclaims that the task is way too big for him. Ignoring Koby's protests, Garp continues giving orders. He assigns Rear Admiral Groos the job of protecting the ship from any falling debris, and instructs Lieutenant Commander Helmeppo to make sure no one gets in their way. Garp tells them not to second-guess themselves in the heat of the moment, and orders them to go. Koby, Groos, and Helmeppo immediately move on Garp's orders. Pirates laugh at the sight, mocking Koby's group and calling them helpless without Garp. They belittle Koby, calling him a glorified raw cadet and plan to pluck him like scraps of seaweed. Groos asks Koby if he's packing any explosives to destroy the monstrous hand. Koby admits he isn't and will have to figure something out. Groos, exasperated, points out that the hand is big enough to crush a battleship in its palm. Pirates start shooting at them, shouting that Koby won't get away. Helmeppo panics, realizing they've been spotted, but then remembers Garp's words to make sure no one gets in their way. Resolute, Helmeppo blocks a cannonball with his sword and is caught in an explosion. Koby worries about Helmeppo, but Groos tells him not to look back and stay focused on their mission. On the island, Kuzan confronts Garp, asking where he thinks he's going with a wound like that as Garp stands back up. Garp dismisses the injury as just a scratch. Kuzan remarks that he was worried for nothing, Garp charges at his former pupil, telling Kuzan that his concern just proves he's still soft, then knocks him down. Garp swiftly makes his way to the large skull rock Pizarro is using to survey the battlefield. Pizarro, surprised and distracted, exclaims that Garp is coming his way, but reminds himself he still needs to crush the ship. Garp unleashes a powerful attack called Galaxy Divide, splitting the rock formation down the middle and simultaneously damaging Pizarro's main body. Pirates, eyes wide with shock, exclaim that it was really a punch. Koby sees the attack and realizes this must be the opening Garp mentioned. He and Groose rush forward. Groose, excited, says this is it and asks Koby what he's going to do. Koby, determined, replies that he's going to live up to Garp's expectations. He then jumps into the air, ready to take on the task Garp assigned to him. Pizarro exclaims angrily, calling Garp an old dog and warning him that he'll see what happens when he's pissed off. He tries to put his rock head back together as he prepares for retaliation. Pirates mock Koby as he approaches Pizarro's giant hand, questioning if he seriously thinks he can stop it. They laugh at Koby's perceived arrogance, suggesting that his heroic reputation has gone to his head. Meanwhile, Garp reminisces about a conversation he had with Helmeppo about Koby. Garp asked Helmeppo why Koby always looks so beat up, with his arms constantly bandaged, despite improving a lot recently. Helmeppo clarified that Garp meant Koby's hands and shoulders, then hesitantly revealed that Koby had told him not to say anything. But Koby feels he has zero aptitude for combat compared to everyone else, so working 10 times harder isn't enough for him. Instead, he puts in 100 or 200 times more effort. Koby believes he has to keep training to protect anyone, and if he can't do that, he'll never be a great Marine. Shocked, Garp asked if Helmeppo meant that after undergoing Garp's special training regime, Koby was sneaking off to work out more. Helmeppo confirmed this, explaining that Koby never misses a day and spends the whole night hitting one of the Battleship Bags until his fists peel and bleed. Pizarro remarks to Koby, comparing him to an ant compared to his own strength. Hibari shouts a warning to Koby, urging him not to get too close as it's dangerous. Pizarro taunts them, saying it won't take long to defeat them and they can enjoy the dying screams of their fellow Marines. He mentions that even if anyone tries to jump overboard, aokiji will freeze them. Kujaku urges everyone to flee, realizing they have to get as far away as possible as Pizarro's hand closes the distance. Koby tells himself that he has to break through. If he can't, everyone will die, and their blood would be on his hands. He coats his fist in armament hockey. In a shocking turn of events, Koby unleashes Honesty Impact, a punch that splits Pizarro's entire hand in half. Pizarro recoils in pain, while everyone else is left astonished by Koby's incredible feat. Tashigi can't believe what she just witnessed, and Hibari praises Koby, calling him incredible. Other Marines express concern about the debris from the split hand. Garp laughs hysterically at the incredible feat Koby just pulled off. Helmeppo comments that it was unbelievable, while Groose shouts in amazement, realizing that Koby had been hiding his true strength all along. Groose uses his powers to create a clay spiderweb to catch the debris from Pizarro's split hand. Helmeppo catches Koby and congratulates him, saying that what he did was seriously amazing. Koby, still in disbelief, acknowledges Helmeppo's words. Helmeppo continues, describing how Koby destroyed a hand as big as a mountain into smithereens, after successfully escaping from the falling debris. The Marines celebrate the success, expressing their relief that now they just need Vice Admiral Garp to arrive so they can leave. Garp then contacts them, reporting that the mission to rescue Koby was a success. Tashigi acknowledges Garp's message, telling him to make his way back as soon as possible. Garp orders all troops to withdraw from Hachinosu immediately, reassuring them that he'll figure something out. He emphasizes that the safety of the younger Marines is always the top priority, and reminds them that their success here will be a serious blow to pirates everywhere. He urges them to keep moving forward. Despite Koby's desire to go back for Garp, Groose refuses to disobey Garp's order. Garp adds, "And never forget, you are all the future of the Marines." Meanwhile, impaled by Kuzan's sword of ice and freezing, Garp lies on the ground but simply laughs as the other Blackbeard pirates surround him. The narration reveals that in the following day's paper, the legendary hero, Vice Admiral Garp, would be declared missing in action on Pirate Island after the successful rescue of the young hero, Captain Koby. However, another story would also gain the world's attention. The Egghead incident, where Emperor Straw Hat Luffy would face a siege on the island of the future.